Hey now, Metal Mike coming at you. Boy, it's been a while since I shot a video, but I really wanted to get one out for you, and that's what we're doing today. And what are we going to do? We're just going to give you tips, we're going to give you some advice, points of view, a rant, a rave, whatever the hell you want to call it. Basically, I'm shooting from the hip. It's unscripted, so let's go for it. What I'm going to start off with is, if you notice, a few weeks ago I had, maybe a month already ago, that I'd put up a bunch of miscellaneous old watch pieces from a watchmaker jeweler. And it was just like a big watchmaker jeweler collection lot that I ended up putting on eBay. I think I got about 150 bucks. I don't think I did. I did get $150 for what was merely a bunch of scrap and miscellaneous smalls that were taking up my time, that I would not be able to get to one at a time. I just have so much of this stuff over the years from gathering it that I just don't have the time. There's not enough time in the day to do this one at a time on eBay, though that would be obviously the route to go. So that went so well that I've done a second lot, and that's what this is that you're looking at right now. And what do we have here? We've got an old address book, an old American brake shoe pin, a tiny toy of a space alien, some old jewelry that says Mike, really just costume junk jewelry, an old lighter, an old medal. This one here, this William Green one, is interesting. I've seen this and had it. I had looked it up for a while, and I think that they sell pretty decent by themselves on eBay. Just an old backing, architectural almost, just an old piece of a lock, a tool, whatever the heck we want to call it. Costume jewelry. Harlem Globetrotters plastic whistle that's not cracked or broken, and then these great little pendants here, little red cross there. Some really just junk, you know, pieces like this and this, yet old. So here's where why I'm showing you this stuff. A badge, it really is not that old, from about 2000. I got it from a sheriff, gave me that as a gift. Just things that I have found in old houses, like this number 6, you know, it's just basically off of an old Letterman's jacket, but it was really old. And you know, that was the problem over the years of me going through dumpsters, cleaning out old houses, gathering things. I would grab anything old, and these are the pieces. Sometimes not so old, but just still something like this right here. You know, I've been looking at this the last couple of years, little pieces like this, and going, what the hell have I done? You know, why did I save all this crap? I'm never going to be able to sell it. But I have found out that just by simply doing these lots, I've got all these watches on with. Now this is on eBay right now, and it's up to 50 bucks. And that's great. Even as something as simple as this that I kept over the years. Just like I said, literally in dumpsters, cleaning out old houses, who knows? It's just, and really it's nothing more than a bird carved out of wood painted black. But it's old. And that's how crazy I am, that when I collect these things, I grab anything and everything. So, I really, over the years, you know, I have tubs of inventory getting ready to sell. I'm trying to organize and get everything into precision. I believe that I'm at that point in the game where I've got it ready to rock and roll. I have fine-tuned my findings over the last years to the best that I can get to at this point. But I've also accumulated a ton of stuff like this. And my biggest fear, getting right back to it, I keep running in circles, but what the heck was I going to do with this? Was I going to sit on it to an old man and have a garage sale and peddle it a piece at a time? That just seemed daunting, and like I would never get it done. It really was bumming me out. But what I've done is, this is on eBay now, and I've put it in there. It's under vintage watches, because it's got these wristwatches that are in the lot. And then it just says costume jewelry, old toys, and then the keywords that I'm using are junk drawer and this new term steampunk, which are just everyone from artists to people that like vintage things, that people that collect, to dealers. They're all looking under these keywords, you know. And this is perfect, all this junk, because if you have a shop, you know, and you've got a junk shop, this is a whole bunch of inventory right here. This is loading up your little showcase. And yeah, it's a bunch of miscellaneous crap, but it's bread and butter, and you can pump this stuff out cheap all day long. Or if you're just a collector, you use it for art. Maybe there's one piece in there, you resell the rest. It's really a no-lose for both. Now I'm able to get rid. I have so much of this type of stuff. And now to be able to freely sell it in lots like this and just give a person a great deal And yet I feel very good getting the prices that I'm getting for this stuff. Everyone's happy. I also put in the keywords, obviously, fountain pens. This is a real pretty one right here. You know, I didn't put the name in there. You know, these are pieces that could be on one at a time, but I've got too much of it. And at 45 years old, we've got to flush the inventory out. Remember, in this business, if that's what you're doing, it is a business. If you're on that level and you're going for those heights, you want to keep that inventory moving. You do not want to drown in it. You do not want to become a hoarder. You have got to keep it moving. And if that's what it takes to do is in lots, which I think are your best thing, because if you do one at a time, a ton of it won't sell, and you'll still be sitting on it. This way, it all goes in one big wash. Now, like on this lot, there's tons of cool stuff, but I slipped in some crap, too. Crap, whatever. You know, maybe someone digs it, whatever. I don't mean to put anything down, but let me see. Like these pins, though old, you know, and probably good for an artist or someone into vintage material or dresses and clothes, who knows. I don't mean to put it down, but this is just something, you know, on its own is probably not going to, unless you get lucky, bring you a lot of money. These wood nickels, you know, they're not going to bring you a lot. But in the lot here, a piece like this, you know, whatever the case, it was free. And now it's in this lot, this old knife that I picked up. Nothing fancy. It's an old one. Made in Japan, you know, and I didn't put that in the listing, so that could be a sleeper. You never know. I don't believe it ever hit eBay. And some nice old watches here. A few of these work, you know, and some are just relic junk. Timex, etc. So this is on eBay right now. You can check it out. Like I said, it's up to 50 bucks. No, I'm not trying to sell something, but if you know, if you do see something that you collect, obviously, you want to pop on it, it's on there. Refrain from a little stapler. So here's a good way to move tons of smalls if you got them and you're drowned in them. And I know there's guys out there that are, so think about it. It's a way to flush it out, keep it moving. It keeps the money coming in. Remember, I read it just recently in a book, and it just rings real good with me. Money is your oil for your machine that is your business, and you need to keep that oil running. Let's get it running. Let's move this stuff out. So let's put it in lots, guys. Remember, you're putting it under junk drawer. Then the keywords, the main ones, you know, vintage watches, fountain pens. The main things that you want to bring to the attention of the buyers, and then you're just going to throw in junk drawer, like I said, and steampunk. Large lot, all old, and it should move out, should sell. Metal Mike, as always, hunted for treasure. Hey now!